everyone, Jacqueline here. So I thought I would give you an update today on how the miniature roses are doing. We are in a bit of a weird situation here in Saskatchewan. We're in zone 3B here in Canada, and our frost date was September 9th to 15th. Well, it's October now and we haven't had frost, but we're getting some very strange weather here. So like yesterday, a storm came in really fast, high gusting winds, and then we got hail, and the hail was just a bit smaller than dime size. Didn't do any damage, but still, hail in October? Who knew, right? So that's something I don't think I've seen maybe more than maybe twice in my whole life here in Saskatchewan. So very strange. Anyhow, I'm grateful for the warm weather and no frost because this gives me an opportunity to give you an update on how the miniature roses are doing. I'm going to have to cover tonight. It's going down the one and tomorrow night, but then the weekend's going to be hot. And I will also give you an update on how my dahlias are doing. I'm keeping them going until they get a good frost so the sugars go into the tubers, and then I'm going to see what I can save. But first, let's have a look at these miniature roses because quite honestly, they are looking really good considering it's October. So here is a look at the bed from a distance, and you can see lots of leaves on the ground and everything. And like I said, it's very cold here today and very gusty, but they are looking superb. And you know, they are tough little roses. A lot of them are zones 4, some are zones 5 and up, 6 and that, but here in my zone 3B, they seem to do well. And what I have learned about them since having them in the ground, and I've had them in the ground before, is that with colder temperatures the colors are actually deeper as the rose ages, deeper than normal. So that's what I find we're seeing here. So I'm going to go through these one by one and show you the colors that are happening or those that are ready to bloom. But once again, they will be covered tonight and tomorrow night, and then when it warms up I will take the cover off. I'm going to keep them going a bit longer, and then I'm going to have to prepare them for winter. So that is coming up, and I will do another video on that. So here we go. We'll start with the very first one, which is so pretty. The leaves look really good on this miniature rose. The colors are spectacular. It's kind of a creamy yellow with a soft hint of pink on it. Very, very pretty. Love this one. It's been blooming frequently all summer long. It really hasn't taken a break, so it has done very well. This one here is a pink miniature rose. It was a new addition to the yard, so it hasn't done much this year, but just the same, it is putting on blooms, so that is good. And hopefully it will survive the winter. It's had lots of time to root in. This one over here is a deep pink, almost a magenta, and you can see with the cold how deep it has gotten, and it's really showing some life. I would almost think this was one of my lavender ones, just looking at the color here, but it's so hard to tell with the deep pink how beautiful that is. Now I have a coral one here. I love the corals. I think they're just stunning. Wish I could get something in a hardy variety in a full rose that would grow here in Saskatchewan without having to be protected, but I'll take the miniatures. Very pretty. This was newly added this year too. Here is another one of the miniature roses. Lots and lots of buds on it. It does not seem to know that winter is coming, and that's okay. We will take the color and the blooms as long as we can. I will cut all the blooms off when I prepare them for winter, and I will probably cut the stems back just to touch on anything that's a little tall like this one. So this is a yellow, and you can see we do have a little bit of black spot on the leaves, but this time of year, what do you expect? This one I will cut down a little bit because you can see if I show it from the side, it is a little lanky, so I will take it down probably to around here to level it out with the rest of them to make it easier to cover. Here's another one of those beautiful, and I'm sure now that this is lavender, and this is what color it goes to when it's in colder temperatures, and you can see how pretty that is. Lots of buds, lots of blooms. It'll have to be cut back a little bit too. And then here we go. We have more of a red, which is supposed to be a coral, but it looks like it's a red. This was new this year, and it's blooming. It's not as tall as the other ones. And you will notice over time, I think this is getting near the full height of a miniature rose. They may go another 2 or 3 inches higher in some instances, but some stay very small. This one is getting ready to bloom again. We got buds here. I love seeing red growth. Very healthy, looks good. Another one of the lavender pinks here. And water coming off of it because we got rain yesterday. This one over here is kind of gone dormant. Lots of green here. I've cut back the dead blooms off of it, of course, to have the health go to the roots. And this one here probably could use a bit of fertilizer, but we're not going to do that right now. And it's got some buds on it. I think it's more of a white. Same with this one. I should come through, clean up the leaves. This one has stayed pretty small throughout its life. It's been in here for a couple years now, and you can see it's got blooms on it, but it's healthy. Same with this one, lots of blooms, more of a pink-white. I do have salvias around the edge here. This is New Dimension Pinks. They stay short. I kind of like them. I should put some more on the front. Those I got at Walmart a couple years ago, and I might be able to split them and put some on the other side because I didn't see it in New Dimensions this year. All right, and over here we have more of a pinky yellow, just so I can show you. In fact, I'll pick this bud off just so you can see it up close. It is so pretty. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous for a miniature rose? And the buds actually get quite big. Here's another one, lots of buds, not in bloom. This is very similar to the one I just showed you. Here's another little lavender one. Here's a beautiful pinky coral, very, very pretty. This one here is unique in my opinion because it was supposed to be kind of a chartreuse green here, but it's turned into a bit of a yellow, and then it turns more to shades of pink. You can see this bud is finished, but I think it's just beautiful. And look at how big that is. Like even compared to that one, look at the size difference. This one here is one of my pride and joys. I just love the flush of pinks and oranges in here. It's just so vibrant. It's got beautiful buds here. We have another one here looking good. Beautiful buds. This one's a little spent now, but it's still looking good. I have a rose right here with no blooms on it. That was new. These ones I just shoved in here around the originals were all new. So I think I planted maybe 5 or 6 new ones in here. Lots of buds here. This one's got some blooms on it. It's going to be a beautiful pink. And then this one here is white. Now check this one out I'm about to show you because it is super cute and it has been here a couple of years, but it doesn't seem to be getting a lot bigger, and I have fertilized the heck out of it. But you know what? Because it's so darn tiny and cute, I mean, here's my finger. You can see from my finger up how big this guy is. He is super, super small. So pretty and cute. So I'll keep him going. I have a coral peony here. I thought the coral color would look nice in here. I might end up moving them eventually and expanding this rose bed. I have some plans. This is a Yukon Gold rose. It had beautiful beautiful yellow flowers on it. It was a nice height in the center of the bed. And then another coral peony there. I think that like the two of them will complement really well here. And then I do have some plans of making some changes in this area and turning it into a rose garden here. And but that's next year, and we'll go over the design of that in the winter when things have quietened down in the garden. So you can see how things are doing in this garden and how pretty everything is. Super duper happy with what's going on, and I don't know. There's something special about miniature roses that make them unique. If you're a rose lover is one thing, but miniatures seem to capture the hearts of people that aren't even a rose lover just because they're so cute. So if you have miniature roses in your house, don't be afraid to put them in your garden and protect them for the winter. They're tough. They're tough little devils. All right, let's have a look at where my dahlias are at. My hands are absolutely freezing, you guys. That's how cold it is today. I think it's barely +5 Celsius, maybe not even that right now. Over here, I have grouped my dahlias together because I did cover them one night in case it was going to freeze, and it didn't. And they have been loving their life over here, except for one. One's not that happy, but I think it was eaten by grasshoppers because it was actually a very dry year, even though we had some freak rain showers. So this one here is similar to that other one, but it's got more of a yellow tone. We have lots of new blooms coming here. You can see lots of big buds. It is really healthy looking, and I haven't really done a lot with it since I moved it up on the deck, other than I pinch off the odd leaf that doesn't look good, and I pinch off and deadhead it. That's about it. So usually I come in and I pinch off any extras around so the blooms are bigger. But the blooms are still smaller. These were bigger in the summer, but they're smaller now, and that's okay. But it has done very well. I think this one's worth saving because you can see the variety of colors come in here. This one's even more yellow, and dahlias tend to do that. Not every bud is the same color, or every flower. This is my purple one here. I've been pinching it back hard, and I'll tell you, the blooms have been super duper small. But finally we got a couple really nice sized blooms on it. So I wasn't going to save it. I'll debate it, whether it's worth it, but I'm excited to see bigger blooms on it because it could have been really showy, but they were only probably about that big, maybe that. So they're very, very small, and they're in the same package. So a bit of a disappointment here, but it's very healthy. The leaves look great, like same with this one. Other than the odd leaf that's got a bit of damage, they're still really healthy and looking good. And we have more big buds right here. And if you're wondering why my mats are hanging on the railing over here, it's because they're soaking wet from the rain. All right, this one here has had better days. It's been chewed up. It's been like, it's gnarly. Let's be honest. It's been attacked by everything going. And you know what? That's okay. I may save it, I may not. The color is beautiful. It's ultraviolet red. It's very striking. The blooms were bigger than this in the summer, but like I said, everything's getting smaller, so we'll debate it. This one over here is doing very well. It is going to be the same color as the yellow and red ones. You can see that here. However, look at the colors that came out on this one. More of an orange. So you just never know what you're going to get. They may be the same plant, but depending on the conditions, you may get a different color range on them, which I am okay with. I love variety in my plants, period. And a little bit of diversity in the colors is good. It's a good thing, you know. It makes the garden more interesting and more inviting. So that's it for this video, you guys. And that's my updates on the miniature roses and on the dahlias, and I hope you enjoyed it. And it's darn cold. My hands are freezing. That's how cold it is here right now. So I am going to go inside and warm up, and I hope you guys all have a good day and that it's warmer where you live than where I live. Thanks, everybody. See you in the next video. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and give me a thumbs up, and share it with your friends and that. Bye!